Oasis fans warned reunion tour could cause impotence epidemic for one reason.
Gillian McKeith gets traumatic I'm a celeb flashbacks when she looks at spaghetti.
Ali Fedotowsky-Manno loses a tooth. Mortifying moment, Bachelorette star's tooth falls out at restaurant with friends. Hello and welcome to Barely Contained, the online celebrity journalism podcast which was the last to buy a present from Jeff Bezos' Amazon wedding wish list and ended up getting him the cheese made. I'm Matt Withers and as ever I'm joined by Chris Beckett.
Hi, Matt.
Hello there, Chris Beckett. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Yes, reference there to the wedding of the year, £34 million, well spent.
Yeah. Did you get an invite?
No.
No, me neither. No, I can only assume that it got lost in my inbox somewhere because I've been a steady customer for a few decades now.
I thought I'd at least make the evening do.
Yeah, you would have thought so. The amount of Press Gang DVDs I've bought from him over the years. Anyway. Seeing as everybody else is off shindigging in Italy, should we concentrate on what's been going on in online celebrity journalism?
Yeah, I mean, there is obviously a risk when you get a lot of, celebrity showbiz journalists all descending on one event that the quality back home might drop. But I'm sure that's not going to happen.
Well, absolutely not. And we will prove that because I've got a story that appears on the online pages of the Daily Star. And it's about a band who are getting back together, I think, in the coming days, Chris.
Dexies?
It is. It's Dexies Midnight Runners. No, this is headlined Oasis fans warned reunion tour could cause impotence epidemic for one reason.
Wow, this is a big story.
I mean, I would guess that the reason might be that Oasis fans are really getting deep into middle age.
Okay, but I want to learn more about this. I feel this is speaking to me. This story.
Yes, if you're into a band that has 1.5 good albums 3 decades ago, there's a warning for you here. The subhead is research has found that almost 3/4 of male Oasis fans suffer from erectile dysfunction related to alcohol and drug consumption, and more than 70% take drugs at gigs.
Those are some monumental claims.
There's a lot going on there. I mean, I would suggest that the word male before Oasis fans is probably unnecessary.
I mean, possibly.
I would take that as read. So they're all getting erectile dysfunction. More than 70% take drugs at gigs. It's changed since my day.
Well, yeah, almost 3/4 of fans. That does feel like quite a lot. But, I'm going to trust this story.
Yeah, I imagine it comes from a reputable place. Oasis is... Sorry, I'm just reading this bit for the first time. Oasis's hardman fans are being warned the band's gigs could spark an epidemic of impotence among Britpop nuts.
Isn't the problem that they're not hardman fans?
That's an odd phrase, isn't it? And you say hardman. I don't know about you, Chris. I think of the Conservative MP, Steve Baker.
Oh, yeah, crumbs.
The self-style. He's not an MP anymore, is he? But he was the self-styled Brexit hardman, if people recall.
God, he'll be there.
He'll be there down the front, demanding married with children very loudly. And yeah, the epidemic is among Britpop nuts, apparently. Boffs say going mad for it on booze and coke, like the Gallagher brothers in the 90s, will make them flops in the bedroom.
Hang on, boffs?
Boffs, apparently. Boffs.
Is it somehow not... It's too long and old-fashioned to say boffins.
They don't have time. These are busy people. They don't have time for that completely extraneous syllable. And also mad for it is all one word here. MADFERIT.
I have no problem with that.
No, that's fair enough, isn't it? We're all busy people. A study by online pharmacy MedExpress claims the tour has the potential to be the heaviest event of the year.
Yeah, I mean, of course, MedExpress famous for the theme from MedExpress.
Yeah. Oh, lovely stuff. Yeah, so the MedExpress, I'm not aware of this online pharmacy, but they are the boffs in question who are, I mean, we don't know the level of their research at this point, but I imagine it's highly scientific.
The heaviest? I don't even know what the heaviest event of the year means.
Surely that must be, surely the heaviest event of the year is World Strongman on Channel 5 with James Richardson around
Oh,
Christmas time.
you would have thought so, or
Yeah, no,
maybe like a SummerSlam.
yeah, the heaviest event. Its research found nearly three-quarters of male Oasis fans suffer erectile dysfunction related to alcohol and drug consumption. And more than 70% of male Oasis fans admit to consuming drugs at concerts. Again, you don't need to put male before Oasis fans. It's a given.
Well, you certainly don't need to put it twice
No.
in consecutive sentences.
No, I think we get the point here. Docs are now warning piling Viagra on top of drink and drugs to try and perk up little fellas could be a deadly recipe for a wave of heart attacks and A&E visits.
Wow. Okay.
What's going on at these concerts?
I do want to read more of this. I want to read more detail about this research.
I mean, this is so people are at these concerts, they're necking the Carling or the Budweiser, they're having the cocaine, and then, just as they're doing their final play of Acquiesce, it's just popping a Viagra on top for the journey home.
I was going to say, there's been no mention yet in this story of what's the story, Morning Glory, which feels like it would be the most fitting.
Yeah, well, there Chris goes a man who used to write a headline. It's really gone down since your day, hasn't it? Which again isn't meant to be a pun.
Okay, let's carry on.
Dr. Ashwin Sharma from MedExpress warned excessive alcohol consumption can affect male sexual function in several ways. Firstly, alcohol impairs the central nervous system, which can slow communication between the brain and the penis, leading to erectile dysfunction. It has taken a very scientific turn, this story now,
Yes.
hasn't it? Alcohol also has a diuretic effect, increasing urination and causing dehydration. This reduces overall blood volume in circulation, including to the penis. Dehydration can also raise levels of angiotensin, a hormone associated with ED. I feel like I might be doing a sponsored readout now for MedExpress.
Yes.
Are we getting like 20% for anyone who buys
Wow.
something here?
It's nice work if you can get it.
Yeah, I feel like Rory Stewart. Oh my gosh, the scientific stuff does go on here, but I feel like we're providing a public service. So
Carry on.
the impact varies depending on the recreational drugs involved, however, but a common mechanism is the narrowing of, which restricts blood flow to the penis. Other contributing factors include lowered testosterone levels, reducing libido, and disruptions to brain chemistry and nerve signaling caused by the drugs themselves.
Well, I feel I've learned something.
Yes, yep. Were I going to see Oasis this summer, which I very much am not, I would be very careful as to my intake.
Yes.
The research also found two-thirds of blokes admitted to drinking more at concerts than they would typically on a standard night out.
Now that's research I can believe.
Yeah. Yeah, although, would you though? Because my experience of these sort of big gigs, it's a long old queue at the bar, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
In,
Especially at a bit, high profile venue.
in fact, I was at Nebworth Park in 1996 and did not consume any liquids all day. That's my boast.
Well, I think you need to go to MedExpress.
Yeah, I need to. I need to get some advice here from the quack. What was his name? Dr. Sharma. I imagine that he would advise taking on board plenty of fluids.
Yes.
And twice as many blokes consume more than 11 drinks during a show compared to an average evening. What?
I don't get that. Twice as many blokes Consume more than 11 drinks. So they're saying,
What?
are they saying in an average evening you drink 11 drinks and twice as many people do that if they're at their gig?
Yeah, you
I'm
get
not
through.
quite sure. I'm not quite sure how that works.
No, that makes no mathematical sense. I mean, you couldn't get. I mean, you know, I couldn't get through 11 drinks in a night these days. That ship sailed.
Yeah.
You couldn't get through 22. And God, how much would that cost? What does a pint cost at an Oasis gig? You're not going to get
Oh,
much change
I
out
don't
of a
want.
tenner, are you?
I don't want to. Yes, exactly.
Good grief. Among Oasis's fans' recreational drugs of choice, cannabis led the way with 55%, despite Noel and Liam Gallagher's old fondness for Bolivian marching powder.
Great.
Lovely stuff. I don't know if the lawyers have said to them, you can't suggest that they used to take cocaine, but if you say Bolivian marching powder, we think it'll stand up in court.
Yeah.
Should say for the lawyers, I think it's probably a matter of record, isn't it? That they were lads back in the day, weren't they?
I would say so.
Weed was followed by ecstasy, 36%, and cocaine, 31%, on a league table of indie fans' top drug choices.
Wow. Very much the European qualifiers.
I'd love to see the rest of this league table. I mean, what else is in there? I suppose
Bovril.
Yeah, I would imagine these days it's blood pressure tablets, isn't it? If you're an Oasis fan, you're going to be a certain age.
Yeah, Sanatogen.
Dr. Sharma added, I would strongly advise against using medications like Viagra to manage erectile dysfunction if you have consumed excessive alcohol or taken recreational drugs. This combination can increase the risk of serious health issues, including cardiovascular strain, sudden drops in blood pressure, heart attack, or even stroke.
Oh.
And it follows that with, want all the biggest showbiz and TV news straight to your inbox? Sign up for our free Daily Star showbiz newsletter.
Great stuff.
So you're getting all the showbiz news, but a little bit of advice if you don't want to have a stroke.
Any good comments, Matt?
Let me have a look on here. There's just two comments on here, Chris. One is from Sex Guru. Sex Guru says, don't worry, one of those stays hard devices will make the bed rock on.
Okay, I'm not quite sure what that means, but carry on.
No idea what that means. And Jaws McGraw said, it's not as if you're going to be boning anyone at a gig anyway. Don't know if
he's probably right.
Might be a reference to Bonehead. I don't know if he's in the line. They've been very quiet as to what the lineup is apart from the Gallagher brothers, haven't they? I don't know if Bonehead's going to be back in there.
Yeah, who knows? Is it going to be? Is Tony McCarroll? He's not in it, is he?
Tony McCarroll was only on the first album, wasn't he? When they discovered that he was not very good at playing the drums.
Tony, if you're listening,
get in touch.
Go on. Right. Okay. I mean, I don't really know how we can follow that. Or I don't know how I can follow it, but I'm going to try.
Chris, I'd like it, ideally. Maybe if you could follow it with something that also references somebody maybe of a quasi-medical bent.
Yes. Oh, good call. Good call. And this one, I'm very happy to say this isn't from our usual suite of tabloids nationals. This is from Bristol Live, the website of the Bristol Post. Is it Bristol Evening Post these days? I'm not sure.
I think it's just the Bristol Post these days. And Chris, you did promise me that you were going to deliver this entire one in a Bristolian accent.
No, I didn't. Headline is Gillian McKeith gets traumatic I'm a celeb flashbacks when she looks at spaghetti.
I think you've already beaten the first story.
Well, just to show how on the money and how up to date this story is, the subhead is she was on the show in 2010.
Yeah, but she's getting the flashbacks now, 15 years on.
True. It's like Gulf War syndrome. Gillian McKeith cannot touch spaghetti because it gives her traumatic I'm a celebrity, get me out of here flashbacks.
Wonderful.
The 65-year-old holistic nutritionist who refused to do bush tucker trials to win meals for camp and famously fainted during a live trial on the ITV reality show in 2010, said the long, thin pasta looks like worms and it brings back nightmares of being in the jungle.
What a wonderful second mention. In case you don't know what spaghetti is, they pointed out here it's the long, thin pasta.
Yeah, exactly.
Spaghetti,
now
what?
you know.
Hang on, spaghetti is the long, thin pasta. Oh, spaghetti.
Oh, yeah. In an interview with Bella magazine, she said, after going on I'm a Celebrity, I can't touch spaghetti. It looks like worms and reminds me of being back in the jungle.
Yeah, we get that.
As well as spaghetti, the TV presenter loads mushrooms. I feel we're already starting to move away from the original story.
I think we've done the spaghetti now.
She explained, I don't like mushrooms. I absolutely hate them. It's the texture. It makes me feel sick.
Fair enough.
I mean, my daughter has a similar thing, I think. But yeah, anyway.
I mean, to be fair to your daughter, Chris, to my knowledge, she's not a holistic nutritionist.
Yes, and she wasn't in the jungle.
No.
Gillian has defended herself many times for not faking her collapse during a live trial on the ITV reality programme, in which she finished in 8th place, and said it was brought on by her extreme fear of insects, known as entomophobia.
Completely unnecessary fact, isn't it?
Yeah, well, don't come away with this without being, having an extra fact in your belt.
Yeah. You might not enjoy this podcast, but you're going to learn something.
Exactly. As she is petrified of spiders, Gillian previously revealed she calls local taxi companies to her house and asks the driver to get rid of them. I mean, that's bound to go down well, isn't it? Speaking exclusively to Bang Showbiz at the ghosted rom-com film premiere at Leicester Square in London in February 2023... Gillian said, I don't think anyone realised just how scared I was of insects.
I mean, I was still fixated on the fact that rather than call pest control, she called taxi companies to get rid of insects. But now I'm wondering what ghost it is.
Yeah, people say to me, why don't you go and get hypnotised then and deal with it that way? But the thing is, I'm never in a situation where I'm living with these creepy crawlies to that level, so I don't really want to do it. If I find a spider, here is what I do. I call a local taxi service and they come and help me. Right.
I mean, that's not what they're for.
Yeah, I mean, yes. I'm not sure she's had that conversation. Then after I do it, they ask me, well, where do you want to go? And I say, I don't want to go anywhere. I just need help.
Well, yes, you do. Yes,
never a true word spoken, Gillian.
Just for the sake of completing the facts on this, Ghosted is a 2023 romantic action comedy film directed by Dexter Fletcher, which is a lovely little callback to when I mentioned Press Gang earlier.
It is. Gillian made the comeback to I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here in 2023. And she joined the likes of her 2010 campmate, Happy Mondays frontman Sean Ryder, 62, and TV presenter Carol Vorderman, 64, for the all-star version of the ITV programme.
Right. Now, the all-star version of I'm a Celebrity is I'm a Celebrity. If it wasn't an all-star version, it wouldn't be I'm a Celebrity, would it? It'd be I'm not a celebrity. If they did a non-celebrity version, it wouldn't really work.
Yes, exactly. Even though Gillian felt even more apprehensive and petrified about taking part in the spin-off show, she wanted to represent the scaredy cats of Britain.
What's a spin-off show?
Well, I mean, I think like you alluded to, All Stars is probably not anything different from I'm a Celeb, but they're hailing it here as a special, self-contained. Thing.
Maybe they did one where previous campmates went back, but I don't recall that.
Oh, I think that must be it.
Maybe.
I think it's throwing him back in the jungle. The TV personality said at the time, now when I think about doing I'm a Celebrity again, I feel apprehensive and petrified. It's going to be more terrifying this time because back then I didn't know what to expect, but this time I can't use that as an excuse.
Ah, okay. I mean, you can know what to expect though, because it's on TV.
Well,
You know,
yeah, but I
you
mean,
can watch previous series and get a kind of idea.
it's the classic, isn't it? Oh, I didn't know what to expect when my agents negotiated for me to sign I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here. And I had to sign several waivers and
Yeah,
do a thorough health check.
yeah,
Um,
insurance.
yeah, but other than that, I had no idea. Um, what I felt before feels 1,000 times worse now, and all of it freaks me out. But I feel I've got a calling, Matt, to represent all the scaredy cats in Britain, and that is the reason why I've said yes.
That is the reason. I'm sure it wasn't the six-figure fee.
Yeah, wow, a calling. Um, yeah, I'm having a look for any comments, but I cannot see any. I mean, I can't see why there wouldn't have been a lot of reaction to a story based on an original appearance 15 years ago.
by,
But
by a woman who doesn't like spaghetti.
yeah, but sometimes you just gotta roll with it. Okay, Matt. Now, we've had a couple of big names. What are you going to finish us off with?
Well, I'm going with the biggest name of all. We've had Oasis, we've had Gillian McKeith, and now we're going to the Daily Mail online. And Ali Mano loses a tooth.
Okay.
Mortifying moment. Bachelorette star's tooth falls out at restaurant with friends. Falls out in capital letters.
Wow. Okay. Poor Ali.
Yeah. Do you know Ali Mano?
No.
No. I've got no idea who Ali. Well, a Bachelorette star. So I'm assuming this is a celebrity from across the pond. Presumably well known though to Daily Mail readers. It begins. The Bachelorette number 6, Ali Fedotowsky-Manno, was mortified to lose a dental veneer while dining with friends at a restaurant in Nashville, Tennessee on Tuesday night.
Wow. What a
Ali,
story.
Ali Fedotowsky-Manno?
Oh, I know her now.
I know that she's the Bachelorette number 6. I wasn't on board with the first 5. I think number 6 was when I sort of joined the Bachelorette party.
I'm not sure how it works. Is it like a sort of NFL draft?
Yes, that's it. Yeah, all the bachelorettes get called to Las Vegas and get picked one by one. One assumes. The 40-year-old reality star shared a video of the moment after her incisor unexpectedly fell out while eating a cooked sweet potato, which she called kind of a big deal.
What? The cooked sweet potato or the tooth falling out?
The incisor falling out, I assume. I mean, a cooked sweet potato. I mean, it's not really a big deal, is it? I wouldn't have thought.
Yeah.
I mean,
You would hope not.
I suppose happily here they've assumed that you know what a cooked sweet potato is, unlike the spaghetti, which they had to point out with
Yeah.
a long thin pasta. They've not actually put a sort of explanation as to what a potato is here.
Mm.
Like one of the mushiest foods you can imagine. Granted, they had like a crispy skin on them, but still. Ali, who boasts 1.5 million social media followers, wrote on Instagram Wednesday.
Wow, I can see how she's earned those followers.
Yeah, with this absolute solid gold content. So funny. And I swallowed it. Then we were going to a comedy show after dinner with friends and I didn't want to miss it, so I still went. So
I
I had
still
my
what?
mouth.
So she was thinking of not going.
She was thinking of not going because her incisor unexpectedly fell out.
Okay, fair enough.
It's no excuse, is it, really? So she still went. So I had my mouth open, laughing in front of a group of people in a crowded room for hours after this.
Lol.
Yeah, very much, very much. I mean, probably on Instagram there would have been a laughing emoji there, I assume.
I would guess so.
Yeah, so there she was at the comedy show. I don't know if you've had any experience recently of going to a very funny comedy show, Chris, but
It was so funny, Matt. I managed to keep all my teeth in my mouth.
while at the restaurant, Fedotowsky-Manno's husband, Kevin Manno, joked that he was going to put money under my wife's pillow tonight and called her Toothless from the How to Train Your Dragon films.
Hey, you've got a bit of competition there.
Yeah.
If Kevin Mano gets on the London circuit.
I'm surprised he wasn't performing at the comedy show himself. He's got a very dated reference to putting money under his wife's pillow. I don't even know if
Yeah.
that's still a thing. And then a reference from a film I've not seen to a character I've never heard of.
Who would do that?
Yeah, I wouldn't open with his mate. Is what I'd say to Kevin
Fair
Mano.
enough.
On Wednesday morning, the Massachusetts-born blonde headed to a dentist for an emergency appointment to have the veneer replaced. It's not yellow anymore because they took all the cement off of it, but it's still my little snaggle tooth. I'll miss it.
Oh,
I mean, is this news? I don't know anymore.
uh,
Is this news?
1.5 million followers can't be wrong.
Oh, can they though? Or are they all Russian bots? I don't know. 4 hours later, Ali proudly announced she was back, baby, with a gleaming smile and reflected on how funny the dental drama was, adding, "You only live once. Enjoy it."
He's still feeling the effects of the gas, I think.
Coincidentally, Fedotowsky-Manno's 7-year-old son Riley pulled a loose tooth out himself on May the 11th.
Oh, what are the chances?
I mean, yes, that is coincidentally, isn't it? I mean, there's no suggestion there whatsoever that those two things could possibly be related. This Sunday, the avid influencer will celebrate the 42nd birthday of the former radio host, immediately followed by the 9th birthday of their daughter Molly.
That makes no sense to me, but carry on. Who's the former rate? What?
Is that is that um
Is that her
her
husband?
husband?
I presume it must be because it's already said earlier on that she's 40.
Yeah. On February the 10th, Kevin underwent surgery to remove two malignant spots on his right side. So he's we won't joke here. He's had some serious medical problems. Certainly more serious than somebody's tooth dropping out whilst eating
Yes.
a well crusted potato. The married couple of 8 years who began their romance in 2013 are said to employ a part-time nanny to care for their two children 20 hours per week.
Wow, that's a bit of
It's some kind of rumor, isn't it? But it's very specific.
yeah, the talk of the town.
Yeah. Oh, people are saying it's 20 hours a week.
Yeah, I for one can't believe that some probably fairly wealthy celebrities have a nanny.
I know. What a piece of gossip. Last Thursday, Ali announced their family would be moving out of Nashville after nearly 5 years there, but did not reveal their destination aside from it being somewhere with hopefully less pollen and maybe fewer tornado warnings.
Oh, see him in Godalming then.
Yeah, Northampton. Maybe, it could be anywhere really, couldn't it? I mean, most places have got fewer tornado warnings. In January, Fedotowsky-Manno competed on the Wales set, third season of Fox reality show Special Forces World's Toughest Test, but she medically withdrew due to spraining her hand after only 2 of the 10 episodes.
God, I bet that was hilarious as well.
Yeah, Wales set. I mean, Wales, UK?
I mean, I presume it must be.
I mean, I don't. And there must maybe Wales is in the US, but yeah, it seems a strange place for Fox to be going. I suppose it's fairly mountainous terrain.
Yeah, yeah. It would give you a test.
And then there's about 150 pictures of this celebrity and their family and their dog, and then it goes. The basal cell carcinoma survivor is also every bit the influencer with paid partnerships for brands like Walmart, LTK, Cupshe, Target, Atlantis Bahamas, Prenuvo, and Firefly slumber parties.
Who I am imagining are all very grateful for the mention.
Yeah, I would guess so. And yet, not a single mention of what was the medical firm that had the Oasis research?
Oh,
earlier?
MedExpress.
MedExpress. See, MedExpress want to get on board here, don't they?
We could make it happen. Actually,
We could put them in, can't we? We are
Yeah.
probably the only people who are in that Venn diagram between these two stories. Ali first found fame in 2010 by quitting the 14th season of ABC's dating competition, The Bachelor, then becoming the sixth bachelorette before dumping fiance Roberto Martinez in 2011.
What?
Roberto,
Not the former Swansea boss?
yeah, he's currently the manager of who is he in charge of now?
Oh, he was Portugal, wasn't he? And then
He was Portugal.
he's gone somewhere else.
Oh, I'm gonna have to check this because people come to us for the football facts, don't they?
Yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why she was in Wales.
Oh, he is currently still the head coach of the Portuguese national team.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so yeah, maybe he had an away game there, or maybe he was back in Swansea. He's going for a few pints down Wine Street. And so she's like, yeah, I'll join you over there.
Maybe it is a different Roberto Martinez. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean it could be a different Roberto Martinez. Meanwhile, Manor, I mean, this. I'm sorry, everyone listening, because you know this, but I know everyone knows this, but I'm going to have to point it out because it is the final part. Meanwhile, Manor was one of 5 hosts of Valentine in the Morning on LA-based iHeartMedia radio station 1043 MYFN from 2015 to 2021.
Oh, it's on my DAB favorites.
It's actually number 2 on mine. I go Radio 4 and then 1043 MYFM. And that is the end of that story.
It is, but there are some good comments on this. I don't know if you've had a
Why
peruse.
don't you have a look and give us some highlights?
Well, firstly, I mean, I would say it's a bit of a mixture between people querying the legitimacy of the story and the legitimacy of the actual dental emergency.
Oh, so are they suggesting that maybe a sweet potato isn't firm enough to dislodge one's veneer?
Well, Princess Elsa from Ontario said her veneer came off, which isn't the same as a tooth falling out.
Yeah, I mean, fair dental point.
Yeah. JY from Castleberry said, I had a molar crown come off and I swallowed it and passed it the next day.
Fair play to you.
Um, Oh, Aurora from God City, the Heard Island and McDonald Islands. It really doesn't look that bad though, but it is very relatable. Half my front tooth was knocked out by a beach umbrella some years back. I've had my filling in about years now. I won't. Oh, I've had my filling in about 8 years now. I always pray it won't fall out. I don't chew with my front teeth, just the side and back teeth.
Wow. Yep. I mean, that's a big step, isn't it? I just avoid beach umbrellas in future. Well, with that, Chris, I think we need to wrap up this, the 99th episode of Barely Contained.
Oh, well, I mean, to me, that points to the next episode being a somewhat special occasion.
Good mathematics, Chris Beckett. Yes, it does. It means that next month will be the 100th episode. I'd like to say we've got something big planned. We haven't at this point, but we'll probably try to do something to market.
I think so.
But in the interim, Chris, people will be gasping to stay engaged with the Barely Contained brand. How would they go about doing that?
Well, I would say a good place to go is Facebook, where you can go to Barely Contained the podcast, which has a kind of full back catalogue and allows you to kind of catch up with a few little sneaky clips as well. Or you could go to X at barely_pods. Or there's a lot of other places as well, aren't there?
Yeah, you can get us on Blue Sky if you've made the leap there. And then please do follow and subscribe to us on the podcatcher of your choice. We are on them all. We are on Apple Podcasts, obviously Spotify, Amazon, pretty much anywhere where you can get podcasts. We are on there. You can also find us on YouTube. The entire back catalogue's on there. So please do subscribe, leave us a review, 5 stars, please. And we would appreciate that very much. So we will be back on the 1st of August with what will be incredibly the 100th episode of Barely Contained. And we probably will try and do something to market. What that will be, we don't know. We've got a month to think about it.
Exactly. But yeah, enjoy, guys. Enjoy the summer, and we will catch you in August.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye.